Yeah, it is going to be the double initiator too. Again, it is, 'cause that methodical approach comes from so much information, just knowing exactly when to go. You can pump fake from attack, you can stall on defense. So I completely agree with that. And Sen Otters, we're going to be doing the Vise, the Phoenix, the Neon. I like this mix.
This is getting really funky here on the side of Sen Otter. I think that we have seen the Phoenix on Pearl every once in a while on games, and I think that for Sen Otters, the Phoenix picks for Oasis slots really well into how they like to play, how they want to be able to, you know, cut off angles to ensure that they can go for a lot of those really scrappy kind of fights there. I'm excited to see these two, I guess, like team compositions also going head to head.
Yeah. All right, Shopify Rebellion Gold and Sen Otters going head to head here. It's round 2 for your Swiss stage as we enter into Pearl. I am thinking Shopify may just see what Sen wants to do first. If they're gonna go crazy, if this Neon Phoenix comp really wants to hit things, and maybe just take a B long, take that A lobby space, and see how this Otter team works. Because I think they could be explosive and take Shopify off guard here.
Yeah, they definitely could be. Again, a squad that loves to control that tempo and tends to play at a pretty fast pace here as well. Instead, it's going to be a bit more of a contact play this time around. Maria's just going to go for a bit of that jiggle. Actually giving up that space that was originally being held by Sin on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like B is going to be open for the taking, but with knowledge. Noya is going to see what's happening, get ready for that retake. Sin is waiting ever so slow, or quietly, I should say, but Dodonut seeks that out, and now they push forward. They say it's too quiet. We need to gain more space. Noya says, oh no. This could be a good crossfire, though, from Spawn. It's going to be the turn. Oh, my gosh. Blind everywhere. Around. Noya gets taken. Turned around. Backstab there, as it looks like Sen Otters are able to just dip right into Spawn and make this hell for Shopify in the first round.
And again, that's the kind of aggression that you're going to expect to see out of Sen Otters. The fact that they take down the people actually holding that site there and end up chasing Noya all the way into tower, ensuring that they can get that pick and have control of Spawn, making it near impossible for SRG to actually get that retake and break through. And I think that's some of the refinement that we're seeing also from Sen Otters is their ability to play together, I think, has improved so much. We saw a lot of hero moments during kickoff from these mechanically gifted players where they would kind of just run wild, it felt like sometimes, but now they're so much more disciplined when it comes down to playing that numbers game.
You're going to have to be against Shopify Rebellion Gold, because they will take every error away. And it looks like Sen was okay. They figured there was going to be a little aggression towards A. They'll hold that mid-space for safety, but Shopify is just putting all their eggs in one basket right now, and it looks like Sen are going to read this really well.
Yeah, unfortunately, not the read on the side of SRG, but still, you know, playing that death ball approach, right? It's regardless if they do get that plant on the A site, Shopify Rebellion Gold, also one of those teams that would be more than happy to just die to the spike explosion, not allow a Sen Otter to get any more of those alt orbs into their pockets. But we'll have to see how the round ends up playing out, and which route, I guess, SRG decides to take.
I like this little buy. I was looking over the buy. Guardians, the Outlaw. Comfortable with just those tap shots to drop people. And they will retreat. Who stays in sight? It's going to be Sin and Madison.
Yeah, maintaining that backside
slowly
control.
Playing around that knife. Mm-hmm.
It's definitely really nice here, especially with the flash. This backside, like you were saying.
This is the spike death. Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Alexis, being a troll. Just allowing Sentinels to have a bit of space to themselves. They'll go get a cup of tea to end this round back in lobby. And it looks like Shopify is going to feel comfortable. Like, really hardly any buys coming in here, too, right? Classic second round. It's whatever. We're either going to death ball into the spike, explosion, or into them. And they get to deny the ult points. It works.
You know what? Just fundamental Valorant things, right? To just kick off our map. We wait.
Turn the page.
Exactly. Exactly. But I want to think about, I guess now, a little bit more about what the approach is going to be from Sen Otter into their bonus round, because you pointed out the buy previously, and that's something that this team has liked to do historically. It guarantees them a rifle into the bonus no matter what, which we're going to see May slotting in here. And it basically doesn't really look like a bonus, if we're going to be completely honest. It's quite good at contending up against this full rifling round here for SRG. And it's looking like Sen Otter want to just work quickly into this kind of A split. And Noya's already doing her thing where she's floating around the map on these defensive side regions.
Trying to play an anchor smoke right next to stairs. They have the 2-1-2 defense right now, but again, Sentinels is right on the doorstep. Mel's able to play the anchor smokes with Sarah so well. And they hold it more. Spam through the smoke? Yes, please, says Shopify. But it is hurting in sight for this team. They need the backup. And guess who arrives in time is the rest of Shopify Rebellion Gold. What a hold from those two in A site.
A flawless one at that here for SRG.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm calling back correctly, actually, this is a team that played Rose, which has like a core of a couple of players on Secret Blue in VCL. And when they played on Pearl, their defensive side was nearly flawless. They only dropped one round to manage to get that reverse sweep to happen. So this defense is something that I think has just consistently been very strong for Shopify Rebellion Gold, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Sen Otter continue to problem solve as this happens.
Slowly up towards that door. I think they want to find more of Shopify Rebellion. I think they realize that if too many of them are alive at the end of the round, then that's one of their problems altogether because of how strong they are at retaking the sites and just being a wall to be present in the site.
It's so tough, though, to create some sort of island for SRG to be able to how they pair together.
Yeah. And you're already thinking you can get an angle there and someone's just on your corner.
Gotta go! And again, that ebb and flow, like, they're immediately willing to back off of that art space and go and explore over towards A main, see where the hit's gonna be, but Noya's already got all the information here on the B side.
Noya playing sneaky. Still keeping her hands clean while getting them dirty. Oh, they got it's just like they come in cavalry style. Shoulder to shoulder. What do you do against that? What do you just like a 3-peek every time? Oh, we're gonna see what Sin can do.
Left.
Walking down the street. Looks like it might be rain on this day. We'll see though.
It's a situation I'm looking for. I was gonna say a save. Sin somehow still gets a double there with the near lineup, but overall, still clean round here for the side of Shopify Rebellion Gold. It got a little bit scary for a moment. But I do wonder if, Riv, maybe a change in tempo is in order here for the side of Sen Otter. I think that when you give SRG that ability to set up well into a lot of those kind of like trap plays to play off of each other, and then also just deny you of that early information, Mel is just so comfortable reading into those scenarios, making those calls to shift over towards one side or the other. And I feel like, again, Sen Otter, this is the squad that it continues to thrive in those like really high tempo, high octane moments.
Yeah, they got the team for it. Hit those flashes, a fast lane, and a relay bolt in the right spot. Okay. Relay bolt's a little throw.
Oh no!
Oh, my, how did you get out of that? Oh, Noya.
Careful here.
Just on the edge of her heel there. Takes a little bit of damage in it, but still very healthy. And that was something from Sen, but it almost looked telegraphed. Like Noya was like, wait, I need to back up here. This is a little too crazy.
Yeah.
So they need to find something else now, which becomes even harder.
It definitely does. And then, especially once you have, you know, Dodo on that sniper, she's consistently being set up over one side of the map or the other. This time, it's going to be that full B main control, right? But that also means that SRG, they have a very good read of the space that Sen Otter are taking, the space that they have. They're more than happy to give up that mid because they're so good at those retakes.
They want to share a shot so bad. Props
30
to
seconds
Shopify
left.
for not giving any heads here. It's going to be a forced play. 30 seconds left here. Count for one. Looks like Shopify trying to light up that kill feed in and out of these smokes coming through as well. Very nice damage from Otters here, cracking open Shopify in the A site. Oh, another one too? Wadadaa goes down. This is a very doable now. Time pays off and the patience is there for Sen Otters.
Yeah, Sen also has a Phantom in hand, trying to go for a wrap back over towards A main, but will it be in time?
I don't think so. They're gonna come back with one. They're holding, gets nice set of vines down, doing a little bit of damage. Now that pull and just a little noise. May says, look at me, eyes on me. And let Sen live. 10 HP though. Down to the wire. Alexis here to get the clutch. Enough time to play with this spike. Oh, reads the jump, aims high and gets the spam. And it looks like it's going to be through halfway before the fast beep even starts. Alexis knows which wire to cut every time. And what a round the back and forth we're getting from these two.
Really nicely done by Alexis. Just being able to go so wide there made all of the difference. I think that I like the idea from Sen Otter, the fact that the vines were able to deny that first tap from going off, and saving that gravity well was just so important. So despite it being a round loss there for Sen Otter, they've definitely got to be happy with how it panned out, considering the fact that, you know, it was one of those ecos for them. For SRG, bit closer for then comfort, and this side is Sen Otter talking about that ultimate economy coming in here as well. They've got a lot of great ults to work with, especially that run it back, something that we want to see at Phoenix continuing to scale up.
Main control, priority for Shopify Rebellion Gold. Who gets tagged? All a little wayward. And now an alt down here. You talked about those. Still quite a few for Sen. They have yet to unfold these. Here's a little bit of that speed, but only for the early space. See if they can keep it going in a second. Yeah. Straight through with the alt. What is this spamming coming in from Alexis in the side of Shopify in these A plays? They know exactly what those hot lines are, even when smokes are up.
And then being able to pop that null command there as well just completely shut down the rest of Sen Otter, actually following up on the run it back there from Oasis as well.
Enemy marked.
Vision towards Art.
Face your fear! Still waiting.
Utils used so well. They nightfall the site. Everybody removes themselves from the position. No, one tether.
Left.
Actually just on the heels there in the opening already from Oasis. A nice wall to buy time for the team. But you know, shooting through something only makes Shopify stronger. And down goes another one for Sen here. But Madison's there to catch the backstab, to catch the rotations on that lurk. 8 bullets left and ready to head into there.
One enemy remaining.
More. And they find it. These are a battle back and forth. And that's still 3 alive for Sen Otter. So that's a great round.
It is a really nice run, and I like the slight adjustment that they made, right? I know that I called for a bit of a tempo change, and I think that we do see that. Even though it's not like the, you know, off the barrier drop, you have an immediate exchange going on, it's the fact that they're actually showing a little bit of that presence in that early round to draw a bit more of that utility from Shopify Rebellion Gold to try and get a bit more information on who is actually, you know, anchoring on that site, who's playing where, and it's working out very nicely into those mid-round hits here for Sen Otter.
Quiet. There's always this little pacing. And I think this is kind of what you're talking about, where it just gives Shopify enough time to say, we're on very comfortable angles. And they can even back each other up here. They may leave it some time. Yeah, Dodonaut's going to give up mid, but it's just like they can read them over and over to make sure they're in the right place. Alexis towards A. Bell goes down, though. Were they biting off too much? Oh.
Those darts are deadly from her every single time.
That's wild. That's it looks like they've gained ground, and it's like, no, wait. We have an answer for that. Every time. Every time. They really do have to throw bodies at it. The 1v1 play possibly here from Sin. Besides timing. Oh my.
Information given.
Timing for both of them. Yeah.
But at least with Dodonaut's position in Art, she also heard the rotation from Sen Otter. That's why you see everybody already being called over towards this site. It's not going to be nearly as free as Sen Otter.
Some spicy toast. Voice goes down. The ult again, we see that's quite a few in just a few rounds. They're on a few as well with the Guardian, and now the 2v2 situation. Yeah, I was going to say, Sin could throw down the ultimate here, and they can just go in strong and try to force the
10 seconds
situation.
left.
Plant's going to go down on the other side of the
Spike
wall.
planted.
Only a whisper of a sound to be made. And now, they wait it out. We got a lot of time here to see who makes the move, and they know Shopify Rebellion has to come to them.
Yeah, they do. Opting to both play over towards B along with the Jenny plant there as well. But again, really nice stall here.
That Rose hit it. Could see it just close enough. Can't guard each other on the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, the flick. Oh, Dodo Nut. Who else to leave on the box to go for 2 in a situation of a disadvantage other than Dodo Nut? Hitting that. Alexis with another defuse, and Shopify make the right play.
And who would you be like expecting to be on that upper angle as well in that 2v2 situation? Like, that's just such a great micro call being made from SRG for Dodo Nut to choose that position. It's just so nicely done because of the crosshair correction that you have to have on the side of Sen Otter. Now, into a bit of a wonky buy situation here for Sen Otter. You will have a couple of those rifles online as they take their first time out of the map. I think that it's tough. Again, SRG, they're just so dynamic on Pearl, Riv. They're so good at taking that space. You'll see a Dodo Nut either pushing up, having a bit more of a deeper angle over towards mid, over B main, over at A, and then you have Noya, who has so many flexible and different KJ setups in that defensive side as well that allows, you know, that positioning to take place here for SRG, and they're consistently switching up, and I think that makes it so much harder for Sen Otter to read each round for round as well, because there isn't always a crazy consistent pattern that you're going to be seeing that can be easily dissected with how they're able to, you know, call for those different setups and the depth that they have here on Pearl for SRG.
Yeah, and especially you see like Madison throw up a wall or the Haunt come over. If Alexis is there, she's like, well, I'm readying my knife for whoever's behind all of that info utility. So yeah, we've seen it a few times get hit. The answer is tough. Here it looks like it could be towards that beat. Get the dismiss up into position. And this is kind of the best site to, I feel like, disrupt Noya. You have a lot of that space to just instantly get by the mollies, and they won't do too much damage. But Noya will play life, so he's still going to have that gun there no matter what.
Yeah, she'll either be backing off over to tower or have some sort of way to continue to live into backhaul here as well. Great drone to be called out here by Sarah. It's only going to spot out Sin, though. So that, I don't know if that's going to cause like a misread or anything. You already see the players in mid for SRG backing off, leaning back towards that A site, expecting it to be Sin on that lone mark.
Hold off. Big rotation down street. Nice ult, though, from Madison to start. That was just the space needed. Oh, unexpected. Who thinks there's going to be another one there at street? Well, Dodo Nut is running coast to coast already. But a lot of work to be done here because Sen has broken the site. They are all back in hall, though. That's a little concerning.
It does make it
might get squished,
awkward.
but this also might be a sick play.
We'll have to see. Depends on the wall that ends up being put out by Mel here as well, because that could also be helpful for them, too.
The knife just found all of them, and here it goes. Dodo Nut. Oh, Ash, not like this. What a find.
I mean,
nicely played.
You have a KO. What are you going to do? Throw knife back walls on the B retake, right? Like, kind of like bread and butter in that kind of way. Yeah, the information was perfect there from Alexis, but I do want to give a lot of credit to that execution from Sen Otter. I thought it was a really cool idea. You had the stars being placed down over in that back hall right side where they know Noya likes to play, and it ensures that, you know what, you are going to eat the neon override, like no matter what. But overall, I think Sen Otter, we are seeing those glimpses of brilliance, but for SRG, they continue to show their comfort here on Pearl.
It does, becomes that post-plant position, right? It's like Sen Otter gets the post-plant, and SRG's like, you've unlocked our trap card. And they just become so much stronger, so it's kind of figuring out that dance just after the plant. I like this. Dodo Nut does not feel comfortable here. All they need is the follow-up. Madison is there with the stinger, and now they're going to follow up a little bit more. Yeah, Dagger goes out, but the space is gained, and Sen feel a little bit, or look a little bit more comfortable on this take.
I definitely do. The thing is, you also have the lockdown to worry about here for
That's gonna be
Noia.
tough.
And Madison not being able to hold that line makes it that much harder.
One enemy remaining.
It's just a bloodbath here. SRG, a clean round retake there coming out from them. Couple bodies fall on their side for Sen Otter, but
Thanks.
what are you gonna do? They're on an eco as well.
My oldest
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
It is over.
Get that cash. Prior. And then they go down. It happens. But now I think you gotta be getting a better idea of what's going on, right? We've already seen a few of the timeouts, and there, like you said, has been change in the play. So what's kind of that next move? Almost, I know, even in this meta too, and in last meta, it's a lot of pump fakes. It's going up, being able to stop, finding a bit of that util, and draining it out of your opponent, and then, you know, hitting with the crushing blow, because you can still slide in. There is another curveball. You have that vice wall protecting you still.
I think we've seen.
So maybe it's that pump fake.
Yeah, it could definitely be. See the aggression already coming out here for Dodonut to get a deep line.
Ooh, yeah, right on one. Dodonut goes down. They know that Shopify's held the space. Sentinel's very good for going aggressive on it, but an answer is already there for what they're doing, trying to push ahead and cover each other in the space gained by Shopify over at A. But they still have a little bit to work with, and they're moving towards the soft side of the map.
Yeah, breaking that turret. In a way, sometimes I'm kind of surprised that the fact that Sen Otter haven't really prioritized dealing with the KJ utility as much in that early round. Now this crunch towards the B site, I mean, free site for the taking here. Again, very comfortable with getting these plants down, but it's about holding that post. That's been a little bit more of a struggle here for Sen.
Using the Prowler to clear up Noia's position of the recent round, saying, if anybody's back all, we got to do it now. All right. Oh, coming through. Avery on one. Another one. The swing goes across, but there's just too much distraction going around as well. Noia and the rest of the team are able to clean up on that round. Another post-plant success here for Shopify. They're just lighting it up after planting. After the plant goes down.
Yeah, I almost want to say that I want to go back to that pistol round in the post plant, right? We're seeing Sen Otter trying to set up for some of these crossfires. Sometimes it's a little bit more awkward because, you know, they don't have the time to actually set up as well as they might want to into those crosses. But with knowing the fact that Alexis's 0 point has been such a problem for them, I'd like to see them getting a little bit more aggressive again, trying to take control of either B-Link or into CT. Since that pistol round, we really haven't seen that much of the control of the retake lanes that I would like to see out from Sen Otter in the post.
Yeah. You mentioned that Alexis knife. It can be quantified. 12 assists. Just look how crazy that is compared to everybody else right now. It's finding everything. Madison taking so much damage. They're being whittled away with the opportunities they have here. Couldn't go with the ultimate, so now it doesn't have to be Madison first as they move in. And down goes Phoenix ult, but they can still run it back. Oh, and Noia says bring it. The scope goes in. Great timing by Avery to quick sweep inside the back hall there, but it's not over yet. The 3v3 after all of this.
And I thought not gonna find anything there either, though. And then that flank coming in here from Dodonut. It's all down to Avery, and they've only got the Outlaw. And unfortunately, not much else. Another great retake here for Shopify Rebellion Gold. Again, it was a bit of a funky buy situation into this one, I guess. A little awkward here for the side of Sen Otter, but they also haven't really been able to get a proper one going with the back and forth that we've seen and the dominance that SRG have displayed. Like, what is that, 6 retake rounds nearly in a row, 5 in a row? That is insane.
And there's Alexis assists. The 0 points, the flashes. I mean, Mel's there too with the smoke assist. They are everywhere that their team needs them to be, and they're everywhere they need to be for shooting situations. It's all coming together. So looking straight at Sen Otters this round. Going for a default kind of across the map. Put the feelers out. It might be one of these rounds where they do kind of, I can't mess with the KJ utility really, but at least see where Killjoy is to know where that util is. Oh, And now they bring out the operator after all this?
No.
That was actually unexpected. Unexpected. I didn't even look down to see that. But yeah, Sen Otters wasn't expecting it either.
I honestly, I expect it from Dodonut, but didn't even clock that it was in this round. But look at the space
True.
again that they're already taking over towards A main, getting that information that's necessary here, having the call over to ensure that water is now being covered all the way in spawn as well. And dude,
Jeez.
Gun here.
like, what are you gonna
Finds
do when
another one.
when Dodo peaks like that? What are you gonna do? Like,
No, just sourcing her own kills everywhere. But oh, another one. I think they're gonna go here and right. Still watching the other side. Now Mel can play reverse on these anchor smokes. It's so comfortable for her right here. And just turns them away with a quick nebula.
it's getting uncomfortable for Sen Otter. They still have
Yeah.
turret watching over towards B Link now.
30 seconds
Either
left.
way, they're kind of canned in like sardines.
I think they just got a smoke placed in front of them. They were going through a little dismiss there. Goes away. Slows it still. Gives Noya time to reposition for the 3K. The Lings, they give each other a cross-map assist there. It's
Switching
incredible
sides.
what Shopify Rebellion's putting on the field right now.
It really is. It's been so impressive. Again, Pearl, a map that they look so comfortable on here. And then you've also got Alexis, which is, I feel like she's low-key, hear me out. Is she the Nismo of Game Changers?
And, you know, honestly, it looks like the consistency there is insane. And it's just like, you know, you're like, oh, a play's going to happen. We're watching, you know? Oh, it's going to be good util. We're watching.
Like,
Kinda
her
has that
flashes are
aura.
always hitting there, too.
A lot
Like,
of the
she's just
time.
got that aura.
A lot of the time. A 9-3, not impossible. We just got to see that life hit for Sen Otters here and just what that line of Shopify is using to win. And it's got to change, though, because it's coming from attack side now.
I like the drone scout into B Link there, and then we've got the very forward fight that Sin is taking. It's something that we do definitely expect from her, but that you don't typically expect, you know, from a Vice setup.
Ooh. Prime Classic. Doing Prime things. Sarah. Absolutely disgusting getting two there with just the Classic. Madison. Quiet. Almost played from the shadows there. Swings with Ghost. And then two Sheriffs. Can't ask for more, can you? It looks like they're going to start pushing through a few more smokes as May is left with the Ghost alone. And this was all just losing Noya. Kind of activated SRG to push down and take that space.
Yeah, I mean, it's just insane. Sin gets that first pick there, and you feel like this is a round that is possible for Sen Otter, and
Yeah.
Dodonut's just going to be the one to close the door on that dream. And that pistol was so important for Sen Otter to try and get back into this first map of Pearl, which, as a reminder to everyone, this is Sen Otter's map pick going into this best of 3 series, and SRG are absolutely dominating on it right now.
Yeah. All right. And you got Dodonut going crazy, 14-6. Sarah, we saw in the beginning, hitting the shock darts, hitting the ultimates, putting the util where it needs, and everybody else just stepping up as well. Mel's like not even in the plays, but smoking across the entire map for the play that's happening. Yeah. They have the answers. I'm sorry, Sen Otters with the stinger on May. And that pass over for the round. They're going to try to move that around and keep it at least in a spot where maybe they pick up another one. Oh, this could be it. Oh,
things get
no. This is that. There was sun in their eyes. Had to be. Oasis Alexis going 1 for 1 as they trade there. Alexis alive in the situation, trading for Dodonut. And now they will go ahead and get the plant down. Do they know again about Madison, though?
She still comes out on top in the fight, though.
Still comes out on top.
Has a stinger to work with here as well. Pulling them on that spike. Forces the grab well out, and I like this fight in towards A main.
Yeah, this is just awkward enough to work. The way they're squeezed, I think they can get a good amount of kills. Sarah and Alexis, they have the crossfire though, and Sen Otters can't squeeze out really any more of that. Still good damage. See how we get into the bonus. This needs to be a round, or it looks like Shopify Rebellion is going to be able to close this one.
I also want to give like a little bit of credit to that wall that Sin had thrown over towards A main too. Like we didn't really get to acknowledge it, but the idea was, you know, pretty neat. The fact that you're expecting and hoping that that Vice Wall is going to try and like cut off one of the players who's trying to do some sort of jump spot, see if that
Anything
spike
to
is
get that
getting defused,
1-1.
and exactly. But now, again, it's just such a tall mountain for Sen Otter to climb, and they want this, like this, this rifling round to be as clean as possible. Unfortunately, that's not the greatest start.
Sin on the peak. It's almost like Donut said, hey, that was a peak there before. I think they'll at least try to shoulder peek it and just, you know, read it before it happened. They're going to move back. Spike's down here, so SRG is just kind of working the map, allowing movement from Sen Otters to be the initial thing that they work off of. As that gun is picked up and put back in. Okay.
And that's some of those pump fakes that you were talking about, how teams tend to play Pearl, right? Get that initial pick, re-explore other areas of the map, draw attention over towards the opposite side that you actually want to end on. And now this is the full execution. A great hot hands to come through here from Oasis to stall out the fight at the very least.
Nice wait on that timing, understanding the Silva wants to get into position through that smoke. Ooh, what a shot! They're helping each other out here to get a few anchor kills on. Is it going to be enough, though? May goes down, but Oasis is still alive. It is the X Factor in sight. Avery comes through, but it just... It's like SRG starts popping out of the woodwork when they need each other.
Match point.
I know, like, Noya's just been so clean lately, too. Just, like, 2 one-taps with the Guardian coming in to ensure that they have that cover. I think it was a great effort from Oasis. They do have that run it back online now as well to work into this round. But SRG, map point now on Sen Otter's pick.
I'm out of here.
Pearl seems to be one of those maps that SRG just really get a hold of and do not let go, Ash. From even to the attack side now. I feel like they just go back into what would be a post. Like, what do we have to defend? How aggressive can we be? And here it is already into sight. 10 seconds into the round. Sin's going to go ahead and close the door on Dodo at the start. It's going to be judges all around here. Trying to lay down the verdict. Another one on Sarah. And they know it's going to be pushed from all around as they're playing hopscotch in this back hall right now. And now cleans up Oasis. May is going to be there with the Sheriff. Is it now? Settles down a bit, but it's still very tense. Trade for trade, but it's Anoya again! And that's going to be the final round. They need the 13-3 there for Shopify Rebellion.